Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. This is the 2020 Reese Nichols Relocation Excellence Training for our relocation team. So thank you so much. Just some quick introductions. Missy Green is the VP of Business Strategies. I am Paula Riekman, and I'm the Relocation Director. Samantha Burrell is our Relocation Manager, and then Lucille Emerson covers the Southern Missouri region as our Relocation Coordinator. So when we were meeting with our team in person, we did a fun little game that we would have agents say their name, what office they're from, and then a song that describes their life. So when we do our quarterly trainings or the next time that we get together, think of a good song that describes your life so that you can answer that question. Okay, so a big congratulations. We are so excited for this team and for this year. You either made the team based off points from 2019 or performance. So either way, great job and congratulations. We're very excited for this year. This is the Reese Nichols Relocation Excellence Seal that our relocation team has access to. It is a wonderful little marketing piece. It helps you win non-relocation business. It elevates your status as an agent. It's great to use for social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and then just including it in your everyday on marketing. So the relocation department, when we looked at the 2020 year, we really wanted to be intentional. We really wanted to raise standards, raise the bar of our service, and just really elevate our department as a whole. And so this quote really spoke to us. Everything that happens in the universe starts with intention. And we loved that because no matter if it's real estate or whatever you're doing, to have that intention and have that goal of what you're trying to accomplish moving forward. This video will not play well. The sound doesn't play well whenever we play it on Zoom meetings or training. So I'm going to send out a link, and we encourage you to watch this. It's a great short 5-minute or so video on intentions by Michael Jr. So we'll send that out to you. So Relo 411, let's get down to business. Show me the money. We want to address the elephant in the room, and that is that we're not going to get rich off of relocation business. If you receive a referral from us that we as a company or as the relocation department generated, you retain 37.5% of that GCA, okay? So if you're requested, so you have a transferee that you've been working with or that you met at an open house and they request you, you're going to be paid on your normal level after the referral fee is paid. So what are the benefits to being on the relocation team? I won't go over all of these. You're going to have access to this slideshow and presentation, be able to see these, but some big ones is that it's going to obviously help you grow your COI. It's business that you most likely wouldn't have had because we're doing the behind the scenes and generating that business for you. First contact is a clause that we use in relocation, and what it is there are relationships between the RMC, so that's the relocation company, and the corporate client, so Cerner, Honeywell, John Deere, etc. And those relationships are going to trump or always oversee any relationship between an agent, so let's say you, and somebody that works for one of those corporate employees. So let's say that you are working with a gentleman who works for John Deere and he's being transferred here from another area. Then we find out he has a relocation package and all that fun stuff. We would have to pay a referral fee even though you worked with him prior to knowing that he was being relocated. So major players, this is just a short list of the relocation companies or RMCs that we partner with and service their files here in the KC area. Again, just a very short list. There's over 60 or 70, and we work with all of them and have great relationships and are in good standing with all of them. The other big player is that we are fortunate to be a part of Leading RE, the largest franchise network in the world. And what's great about that is they have the highest conversion. And so not only do we receive referrals from these RMCs and corporate referrals, but we're going to receive a great amount of broker to broker referrals being part of that Leading RE network. So relocation abbreviations, as I stated, we wanted to raise the bar and kind of elevate our service and as well as our knowledge of relocation. So we wanted to just give you guys kind of just a behind the scenes or just some quick abbreviations so that you guys have them in case a consultant was to reach out to you and mention one of these, you would be familiar. So RMC, I already mentioned that. That is the Relocation Management Company. Broker exclusion clause and listing exclusion clause, those accompany the listing agreement. Most likely sales price and the suggested list price is for the BMA. The BMA is the broker's market analysis. Marketing update report and marketing activity report is for a competitive listing or a corporate listing. And then the most important part of the entire transaction, the whole piece, is the EE, which stands for transferee. Red carpet and white gloves. So this part is all on service and what we can do to make sure that we are giving the absolute best service to every relocation client that comes our way. So wear their shoes. If you were being transferred, let's say halfway across the country, what would you love, need, or want? What would make you feel good about the move? What would the agent, what's something that they could do to make you, really just be wowed at their service? Asking the transferee how they feel about the move is a really good indicator of kind of how they're currently feeling and how they're really looking at this move. Are they excited? Are they not very excited because they just built their house, last year? Are they moving away from family? And so asking them that question, getting away from what do you want, how do you feel, really helps you to be able to connect and relate to the transferee. We loved this quote, so good. Your customer doesn't care about how much you know until they know how much you care. And so, again, just thinking about service and just going that extra mile. We asked this question when we would meet with our team. What is something that you can do to really just go that extra mile or put that red carpet service down? So be thinking of that, or think about experiences that you've had when you've been the customer and you've received that really good service. Who is shaping your client's expectations? So on a day-to-day, who is your customer coming in contact with that you think shapes their expectations? And I will wait 1 second and let you guys kind of just brainstorm and think about that question. Okay, so when we are talking about clients' expectations, we're not thinking about you as the agent, but who out there, what companies are really wowing our transferees and customers and raising that bar. So here's just a short list of 8 different companies. There's a lot more, but if you Google or search for companies that really wow their transferees, or sorry, not the transferees, their customers, and really give that top-notch service, this is just a short list of who you'll find on that list. So Nordstrom, amazing customer service. Amazon, so quick to help. Chick-fil-A, you never have to check your order because you know it's right. Quick Trip, you're in and out within 10 seconds. You don't even know what your total was because it was so quick. Their goal is to get you in and out and on with your day. Again, just a short list, but be thinking about that because these are the companies that our clients are engaging with on a daily basis or a weekly basis. And these are the companies that are raising that bar. And so we want to follow suit with that and really do the same. So I have a personal story. Back in March, I was at the Leading RE conference in Vegas, and we stayed at the Wynn, and it was a Thursday morning, and I needed some coffee, so I stopped at this little Tower Suite bar in the lobby and picked up a latte. I ordered a pretty specific latte, not to tell on myself, but I'm pretty high maintenance when it comes to my coffee, so I ordered my drink, and as well, I ordered a granola bar and a banana that was sitting right next to the right of these cups. You can't see them in the picture. Sat down, was checking email, starting to work before my first session, and it was the best latte I've ever had. Highly recommend if you're in Vegas to go to this bar and get a vanilla latte. But it was just a great experience. The gentleman that helped me here was very nice. And then my breakfast was great. And again, the latte was just amazing. So very good experience. Left the Tower Suite bar, went on to my sessions, had a great day. The next morning, I thought, I'm going to stop by and get another latte because it was so good. I walk up and the same gentleman is working here. And he says, good morning. Would you like the same latte as yesterday? And I said, sure. Very surprised that he knew my order. I think I ordered a grande or a medium vanilla, skinny, coconut milk, extra hot, whatever it was. And he remembered and made me the drink. And then as he was pulling up my order and, typing it in the computer, I reached over and grabbed the same thing I had the day prior. So a granola bar and a banana, and slid it over. And he looked up to me, handed me my check, and I was wanting to make sure he knew I had, the extra two things. So I said, oh, I have this granola bar and banana, to which he replied, oh, I added them already. So all that to say, he anticipated, or he took a step forward or a step beyond, knowing exactly what I was going to get before I had even showed him. And that to me wowed me. To, one thing a big part of my job is speaking on customer service and just wowing the customer. And this gentleman absolutely did that. So I had to get his picture and I had to share this story because that for me was a personal experience where he just really went above and beyond for me. And something so simple as knowing my order down to, extra hot latte, and also knowing what I was going to get for breakfast. So again, just a great experience for me. And so we'd love to hear from you guys about experiences like this, when you've really been wowed and just had great customer service. So always feel free to share those. Drop us an email or give us a call and let us know because we love to share them too. So finding the perfect home, this section is on working with our buyers. And so first and foremost, we're going to talk about expectations. The relocation companies, when they send us files, they expect our agents that we assign to their transferees to be knowledgeable. Okay, they want you to know the area that you are working in. Dependable. If you say you're going to do something, they want you to follow through, whether that's going for if you're going to go for a home for them, or if you're going to send them listings, whatever you say that you're going to do, they want you to follow through. And then being flexible, that's a big part. Sometimes our transferees last minute have a change and they can't come in for a home finding trip like they thought they could. And so they want us to be flexible and understanding that sometimes transferee schedules change. So changes, asking the transferee, are you new to the area? Whenever we receive a file, Samantha, Lucille, and myself always ask that first and foremost, have you ever been to our area? Because again, we know right there, if they say no, we need to make sure that you as the agent are spending time with them, helping them get comfortable and familiar with the area that they're interested in. What type of move is this? Is it a voluntary move where they, just decided, okay, I think we're going to try KC with our company, and the company granted that move? Or is it a mandatory move and they lose their job if they don't transfer? And then another feeler question, how do you want your home to feel? Do you want your home to feel warm and cozy, or do you want it to feel bright and airy and light? So again, we're just asking these questions. We're trying to get in the same mindset as the transferee. And these are just a couple of questions that help to do that. the introductory call, whenever we call from the relocation department, we're going to always mention our names, of course, that we are with Reese Nichols, and then we're going to mention how we received their information. So if we received their information from Grable in connection with a hospital move, we would mention both of those things. Okay. Whenever we send you a new file, we are going to try to send you as much information as possible. And then whenever you reach out to the transferee, just confirm that information. You could say, I see here that you're looking in Olathe up to 350. Is that correct? And we always want to give them the information instead of having them repeat it again to us. So again, some other things on here, don't need to go through every single one, but just some good tidbits. One especially is, what is your preferred method of contact? So find out what they want, what they really, really want. Understand their needs. Do they need a fenced-in backyard? Is that really preferred and they don't want to have to deal with, putting the fence in? They want a home that already has one. Honor your commitments. Show properties that really is on their list and meets their parameters. Represent their best interest. Understand the market, and then know the homes that you're showing. Make sure, this is important, that you're doing your homework. So these are just some real life comments that were sent in from relocation transferees. None of them were sent in for Reese Nichols, but they do just show you kind of the ugly side and the bad side of relocation. And one that sticks out for me is my agent set me up on an automatic listing portal and never contacted me again. Don't be a dripping faucet. That's really important. Make it personal. Reach out to them. Check in with them, and don't even ask about house finding. If you just want to call them and reach out, say, hey, I just wanted to call and see if you guys have any 4th of July plans. If you don't, I wanted to let you know of fireworks here or a parade here, just to make it personal and build that relationship, not just be a transaction agent. So beat the clock as we're going through this training. And as I mentioned earlier, we really wanted to elevate us as a department and a team. And one way to do that is we've set some really important metrics in place for you guys. One is the initial contact agent report, which is also known as the ICAR. Whenever you receive a new file, the ICAR, or the initial agent report, is going to be due within 4 hours. So if we send you a new buyer on a Thursday at 1 o'clock, the ICAR is going to be due by 5 p.m. that same day. What that's doing is it's ensuring that you are going to reach out to the transferee in a timely manner, 4 hours or less. And we know a lot of our agents turn around and call the transferees right away. But then you're going to submit that ICAR back to us, which we will read it and send it to the relocation consultant. And that way they're knowing, okay, this agent's awesome. They've already reached out to the transferee. They've set them up on listings and they have an appointment next Thursday to meet. So just keep that in mind as we're going through these metrics, that it's really just to help elevate you as an agent and then us as a department and company. The Today site, if you are not familiar with it, we want you to go online and really access the site and play around with it and get comfortable with it. There's some great tools on there, links for outgoing referrals, to register a customer, that type of thing. So over on the left, you would go to company resources and then family of services, and then you'll see there is a relocation tab. Moving on to listings. Very good. So competitive listings. These are different metrics that are really important. And again, how we are helping elevate us as a company and department. I spoke on the ICAR already. BMA timeliness. BMAs are always due within 48 hours of your listing presentation. So if you go out on a Tuesday at 6 o'clock p.m., your BMA is due to your relocation department, so Samantha, Lucille, or myself, Thursday by 6 p.m. Days on market is typically 120 days or less. Otherwise, if it's directed from the corporate client, something different. Relocation service, we want to be at 90%. So for example, on the survey that the transferee receives when the file closes, there's a question on there that pertains to you as the agent. And then it will say, would you recommend this agent to a colleague? 90% of the time, we want the transferees to say, yes, loved them, they're great, would recommend them to anybody. Pending sale and final sale information, that needs to be submitted in Relocation, our portal, which I'll show you here soon, within 24 hours. That is a big one. It looks so much better when you give us the information and we present it to Relocation instead of them coming to us and asking us for an update or asking us for the contract or asking us for the settlement statement. So we want you guys to get in the habit of initiating that conversation and that information and sending it to us first. BMA variance should be 4% or less. So whatever you put on your BMA that it should be listed for, it needs to sell within 4% of that list price. Competitive listings moving forward, there are two types of sales that we typically work with and that are the most common. The first is amended sale, and that is when a buyout offer is going to be offered to the transferee. The customer who resides in the home will verbally negotiate the sale terms. Okay, so they're going to verbally negotiate, and once they've accepted verbally, the RMC, the relocation company, so let's say Serva, for example, they're going to be the ones that sign the contract with the buyer. The RMC then amends the buyout offer to the outside sales price. The other common type of file is a direct reimbursement, DR. No buyout is offered. The customer negotiates everything and signs, and then they will submit for reimbursement of closing costs after closing. This is a very important number. Keep it in mind, 23,150. And here in a few slides, we'll go over this number and the importance of it. But keep that number in mind. So IRS Revenue Ruling 72-339 is the ruling on an amended sale. So over on the left, you'll see transaction 1. The customer is the seller, and the RMC is the buyer. There's no closing costs that are incurred or paid, and there's no taxable income to the customer. So the customer, let's say Mr. Smith, is going to sell the property to Serva. Okay, and then over on the right, Serva then becomes the seller, and that's why they sign the contract to the outside buyer. That's when closing costs are incurred and paid, and it is a business expense to the employer. The process for a competitive listing, when we receive a file, we are going to do our homework. We're going to look it up in MLS. We're going to reach out to the transferee and see if they have a preferred agent within Reese Nichols that they would like for us to assign. We are going to just get a good feel for their personality, and then we're going to match them with an agent, reach out to you, and see if you'd like to take the file. You will then call them within 4 hours and complete that ICAR and schedule your listing presentation. Once you've done that and gone out, you have 48 hours to complete the BMA and submit it back to either Lucille, Samantha, or myself. Then you win the listing. Great job. That's when the clock starts for your marketing update reports or your activity reports. Okay? So let's spin this thing. Here's some quick tips to help you win. Call the transferee ASAP. Okay? Call them. Make sure that you're mentioning your name, Reese Nichols, the relocation company, so Grable, whoever it is. It's important so they can connect where you received their information. Do your homework. Complete an awesome BMA. Be detailed, be professional. And then always let the transferee know once the BMA has been submitted. This is a copy of the BMA. It is a 6-page document. It is very lengthy and very detailed. If you have not completed one, they are loads of fun. So if you've not completed one, we are going to ask that you do. The good thing about Reese Nichols is we are going to offer you guys quarterly trainings and different opportunities for you to meet with us and do trainings. And so one of the classes that we are going to hold is on the broker market analysis. The BMA, tips for success. So BMAs should be done in a professional manner. Use appropriate comps. All sections must be complete. And then, of course, include photos. Typically, 8 photos is a good amount to include. Okay, let's sell this bad boy. Submit all the necessary listing paperwork to the RMC and then copy either Samantha, Lucille, or myself. Make sure that you're scheduling and holding open houses, keep up with reporting, communicate feedback, and then represent the seller the way that you would want to be represented. Okay, so back to that number, $23,150. I believe it was last year we had a corporate listing that was just not getting much activity. It wasn't getting good feedback, or I'm sorry, good traffic, and then just good activity all in all. But one weekend, I want to say it was around 6 months after the listing was live and had been on the market for 6 months, a couple came through and decided they liked the house. They wanted to put an offer in. It was a corporate listing and it was a Sunday. They put the offer in, and the agent, our agent, had said, you know, this is a corporate listing. I will send the contract over to Ayers Relocation Company, but it will be a couple of days before they can review it and sign it. Well, the buyer's agent didn't like that and responded with, well, if you can't sign this contract today and make it official, we're going to go on to another house because my buyers need to be under contract today. So our agent, under that pressure, did what, you know, anybody would do, signed the contract, had the seller sign the contract. That's when, unfortunately, the transferee lost a lot of benefits, and Reese Nichols had to write a check for $23,150. So it is very, very important that on amended sales, the transferee doesn't sign the contract. If you're ever in that situation, please reach out to myself or Missy, even if it's on the weekend or in the evening. We could always reach out to legal and help. Sometimes it helps too if we make that phone call to the buyer's agent ourselves to help educate them. But never ever let your transferee sign a contract. The relocation company is the one that needs to do that, and we will help you any way that we can. So always bring it to our attention so that we can step in. So what is the holdup? On a corporate contract, it typically takes 2 to 3 days to get a contract signed. It does go through a lengthy auditing process, but there are 3 top contributors to a delayed contract: missing addendum, submission of an expired contract, and the lender letter wasn't sufficient. So it wasn't on letterhead, the sales price wasn't correct, it was out of time frame, something like that. Property maintenance. If a relocation company requests that we transfer utilities, let us know and we will transfer the utilities in the relocation department. Sometimes there are stipulations where we have to ask an agent to take a deposit or something like that, but 9 times out of 10, us in the relocation department will handle that for you. Okay, very good. So mailbox money. This short section is on outgoing referrals. We just want to encourage you to get those outgoing referrals. It is easy as 1, 2, 3. Number 1, ask permission. Ask. There's nothing wrong with asking. If you are at a soccer game and you hear from one of the moms that they're moving to Dallas, ask, do you have an agent in Dallas? If not, I'm part of an awesome network and I can find you a great agent in the Dallas area that would love to help you. So that's step 1. Step 2 is submitting the OGR. You've received the referral information. You're going to put it in the e-relocation site. The more information that you can provide, the better. It's great to have a lot of information. Anything from what kind of agent would they like, the area that they're looking in or selling, their property address if it's a listing, when do they want to start the process, what their price range is if they're looking, all of that good stuff. The more information, the better. Think of it as if you were to receive a new file, what information would help set you up for success. And then sit back and collect money. We are going to do the hard work. We're going to send the referral. We're going to put a great agent on it. We will send you the information of who is assigned. We do ask that you reach out to that agent, form a relationship, and get to know them and make sure that they're going to be a good fit for your client. And then get that mailbox money. We will make sure that we get updates for you along the way. And then if there's ever a problem that arises, let's say your customer doesn't love the agent that's assigned, please bring it to our attention so that we can make sure to get a better agent or a better fit for that client. E-Relocation, as I mentioned, is the online software program. It is an amazing program that we want you guys to utilize. And it's a very quick and easy access. So you log on to the Today site and then simply click over. You'll see on the left under Company Resources on E-Relocation. It's a single sign-on. So when your window opens, the browser, it is already going to have you logged in to E-Relocation. So very cool for you guys. If you look over on the right side of your screen, that is the dashboard. So when you log in, that is what it's going to look like from the get-go, okay? Up at the top, you are going to see any files that you have where an update is due within the next 7 days. That's going to show up there. So what's really cool is, let's say you're going on vacation or you have friends coming in town and you don't want to mess with updates. You can be proactive and log in and complete those updates beforehand. The next section is active referrals, pending referrals, any files that are on hold, files that have recently closed or been vetted out, unable to convert. Over on the right, you'll see your dial. So we have timeliness, inbound conversion for listings, and then inbound conversion for, buyers, and then listings, and then outgoing sent. To change a file to pending, remember I said you have 24 hours to do so. You need to log in. So like I said, go to the Today site and then click on E-Relocation. Okay, and then over on the left, or once you've clicked on the file, click on Add Note. Okay, so once you do that, it'll log you into the system. Or log you into the file, click on Add Note and then flag it for myself, or if Samantha is the one who's managing the file, or Lucille, just select their name. And then you'll see the question, is this referral still active? So you would click on, it is pending under contract. Once you do that, another screen is going to pop up, and that is where you enter all of the information for the pending sale. Once you hit save, Samantha, Lucille, or myself receive a notification that you have changed a file to pending, and then we will go into the system and approve the status change. It will not be automatic, but we will do it as soon as we possibly can. And so then you'll see it show up on your dashboard under pending files. To register a customer, you would just select on the Register an Incoming Customer tab, and then put them as much information, kind of like how I was talking about outgoing referrals, the more the better. So first name, last name, if his name is Robert but he goes by Bob, I would put both on there just to be safe. If it's a listing, it's great to have their address, anything like that. Again, the more information that you can provide, the better. So let's get comfortable. So E-Relocation, again, is a phenomenal resource for you guys. If you have not logged in and kind of just played around the site, we encourage you to do so. It takes 20-30 minutes to do so. Look at your files, make sure they're cleaned up and there's no loose ends on there or files that need to be taken off your dashboard. But we do encourage you all to get on that site and just make sure that you're comfortable with it. It's a great tool for you guys. If you are new to the relocation team, we are asking that you complete your leading RE designation. I believe it's about a $30 fee and maybe takes an hour or so to complete. You will be assigned somebody from the relocation department. So Lucille, Sandy Fogel, Samantha, or myself to be your mentor, to really just handhold you throughout the year. We ask that you complete a BMA on your property so that we can just make sure that you are set up and ready to go for a competitive listing. And then agent profiles, this is very important for both new agents and veterans. You need to log in to E-Relocation and make sure your profile is up to date and accurate. So anything from your average sales price, number of transactions last year, to areas that you cover, that's really important. When you go in and put force rank your areas that you cover, please make sure those are accurate for us because we do go off of that whenever we are assigning new referrals. Additionally, on your profile, there's a section where you, it's kind of like general comments. That's where you can really talk about yourself. What are your hobbies? What, you know, do you have grandkids? Do you love to go to the lake? Do you love football or soccer games? Whatever it is that really, that you want us to know about you so that we can best connect you with the files and best match you, is great. So just the more information, the better. And then lastly, 2020 vision. We again just want to thank you and applaud you for your hard work. It's not easy. We don't pull everybody onto the relocation team. So congrats and kudos to you. And we just ask and encourage you to keep up the good work. So service, are you setting that red carpet out and really raising the bar? Are you wowing the transferee? What are you doing in your relocation business that sets you apart? Your conversions, we really want to, we're going to do the behind the scenes or the hard work, and we're going to get you to the table, and we're going to get Reese Nichols to the table. Are you going to convert the file? So it all goes back to that service. What are you doing to elevate your service and wow the transferee and helping convert files? And then timeliness. I talked about a few different metrics that we've set in place this year to really, again, just elevate your initial contact report. We talked about 4 hours until those are due. And then pending sale and submitting final sale information, those are always going to be due within 24 hours. BMA, just as a quick reminder, those are due within 48 hours of your listing presentation. So again, congratulations and thank you so much for your hard work. We know that there is some bad that comes with the good with relocation files, and we just want to thank you so much for being dedicated and just doing a stellar job with these files. Thank you so much, and please reach out to me, Paula Riekman, if you have any questions at all, if there's anything that we can do to help set you guys up for a great year. Thank you so much.